Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for subscribing, and if you have not subscribed, please hit the subscription button, okay, and subscribe to my channel and turn up the notification when I post new videos, okay, you'll be notified. And today is a short trouser bomb short. This is a two-piece dress. It's a client dress, okay. It's a two-piece, and this is the measurement. Because it's a short, these are basically the measurements you need. When it comes to the gown, I'll still treat the gown, but we are on the short trouser first. Waist, the person's waist is 40, hip 47, all right. And laps, thighs, whichever one is 29. The trouser length is 17, sitting is 12. Not completely a high waist, but a little bit high waist anyway. Then band is 1 inches, okay. So the waist you divide by 4, the hip you divide by 4, okay. Now the thighs you divide by 2, because you did not measure the 2 thighs, you measured only 1. So the thighs, the laps, we divide only by 2. That is the only one we divide by 2. The waist hip is divided by 4 inches. Then the trouser length, I added 1 inches for the hemming allowance, okay. Then there is band of 1 inches, all right. So there will be an elastic at the back of the trouser. Now there is no sewing allowance added. The sewing will be added when cutting. So let's move to the table. So get the clip of the measurement correctly, all right. Let's move to the table for the cutting. So guys, for us to cut our bump short, okay, our highest measurement is the laps, the thighs, which is 29. Yeah, which is 29, and 29 divided by 2 gives us 14.5. So that is our highest measurement. That means we are going to fold our fabric into 2, our pattern paper, all right. Now we'll fold into 2 to give us 14.5, all right. So this is my pattern. This is my tape. So I said we are folding into, this is 15, accurately 15. So we can go with 15, okay. We can go with 15. So we are folded. Now I would have just done the folding this way, but that would be wasting all this. If this is fabric, you can use it for something. So the best way to manage fabric is fold using your highest measurement, all right. So my highest measurement is the laps, okay. So that is why I folded 15. Now you already know the beginning is usually the waist, all right. So according to our measurement, our waist is the beginning, okay. Now our sitting, our hip line is 8, okay. Hip line is 8. Now there is a band of 1 inches, so you just take this tape, take the 1 inches away, okay. That is for the band. When you pull the band, it increases the length. That means our hip line will be here, okay, and our sitting will be here, all right. This is the waist. Now our trouser length, we got 18. 17 plus 1 inches for the folding. This is 18. So this is our basic measurement first. So you roll over making sure my line. Now this is my waist. Okay, then label it. This is my hip line, and this is my sitting or crotch, whichever one. And this is my trouser length or short knicker length, whichever. So the first thing is to get these 4 measurements. The beginning is usually your waist, hip line, sitting, and trouser length. Now once you have gotten this, the next thing you do is our hip measurement. The person's hip was 47. So our hip 47 divided by 4 gives us 12.5. So you come here at the hip line, mark your hip 12.5. Okay, you come at the waist here, mark your 12.5. Okay, then you connect it. All right, now you come at the sitting, you mark your laps measurement. That is what you mark here, which gave us 14.5. Okay, now you come to the trouser length, divide it into 2. You know we got 11, 15, that gives us 7.5 here. This is the center. Now I don't want it too open, so I'm taking out from here 3/4. Here too, I'm taking out 3/4. Okay, so connect the hip down to this laps. All right, then you curve from the hip. You can use your French curve to do that. See what I did? That is our crotch. Okay, you can use your French curve to do it. Oh, this thing is thick. Is it heat or what? You can use your French curve. All right, you see it. That is how you use your French curve to curve the crotch. Then once you've done this, you connect from here to this line. I told you I took 3/4 inch off. Then from here, take it off. All right, that is our. Then now this trouser, not trouser, sorry, this pant short has elastic at the waist. But let's imagine it does not have elastic at the waist. This is what you do. You come to the waist and measure your waist measurement. From here, 10. From here, our waist was 40 plus divided by 4 gives us 10. Okay, so this is where you measure your waist from. Then you connect it to the hip measurement. Did you see that? Did you understand what I did right now? I took my waist measurement from here. I started the measurement here to here, which gave me 10. I connected it to the hip. Okay. But this dress has elastic on the waist. This bum short, the client wants elastic on the waist, so I will not be cutting this. Rather, I will be cutting this excesses. Will be my elastic allowance. All right, so we have done this. The next is to cut. Okay, so let's cut. You see what I'm cutting? Now, I would have just connected it here and cut through, but because of the dress I'm making has elastic, so I will not cut through there. See where I'm cutting? Then I have to cut this. Okay. Are you seeing that? That is my front. That is my front pattern, okay? Now for us to cut the back. Now for us to cut our front, okay? Sorry, our back. We've already gotten the front. For us to cut the back, you fold into 2. This time around, you know we folded 15 the other time. You fold 17 or 18, meaning the back will be 2, okay? You fold 17 or 18. Then after folding, the first thing you do is mark 2 inches here. This is where you mark 2 inches. Up. 2 inches. 2 inches. Now we have to. Yep. That is our 2 inches. That is our 2 inches, okay? Now once you have marked out that 2 inches, you place this. Let me go this way. You see, this 2 inches up, our waist, our front starts from where the 2 inches ends. All right, so once you have done that, the next thing to do is extend add 2 inches to the waist. All right, you can add, because of the elastic we have added here already. So what we'll do is we'll add at the laps here 2 inches. All right, 2 inches. Here we'll go by 1 inches. All right, I prefer going by 1. I don't want it too much, or you can go by 1.5 here. Okay, now sorry guys. then you come down here, you give it your 2 or 1.5. Okay. Here, 2. Now 2 inches, 2 inches, 1.5. Did you get what I did? Now, you know, when we are cutting this dress, this front, we didn't add any allowance. The only allowance we added was band here. We didn't add any other allowance. We only divided. We didn't add any allowance. Now, this 2 inches serves as sewing allowance. These allowances here, they are sewing allowance. Definitely you sew. So for you not to reduce, these are our allowances. Okay. So the next thing right now is to connect it from here down. Okay. Then this is our 1 inches. A bit 1.5 too. Okay. Our 1.5 inches, but this same place too, you curve it. Just like the other one, you can equally use your French curve to do that. So this is our back. Now the next thing you do is from here, this is where this back ended at the waist. You connect from here to the waist. From here, you join the line of the waist. So that is it. Now this is our back. You know, this is the buttocks, the back. This is the buttocks part. The part where the hip, the back part. And you know our hip pops at the back. That is why we added this hip. This 2 inches is for the back hip, you know, to relax very well. So once you have done that, the next thing is to cut. All right. Okay. Here, I'll cut it to be the same. There's no allowance. I just gave it. It will go straight. Okay. Then here I'll cut it. So watch me cut here. Watch what I'm doing. I'm starting from the waist. Now follow the line. So that is our back and front trousers, bum short, sneaker, whatever. That is it. Now the reason why the back is bigger in width and height, the allowance goes to the back. Any kind of trouser you're sewing, even if it's short trouser, long trouser, pencil trouser, whatever kind of trouser you're sewing, the allowance, the sewing allowance goes to the back. Any allowance goes to the back. So that is how to cut it. So the next is for us to just place it on our fabric and cut. So this is the fabric I'll be cutting it with. So let's cut. Okay, I'll just place it and cut the fabric. So, you know, this is my back. So I'll fold it into two, the fabric, fold it into two. So I'll place, you know, I folded this fabric into two. So I'll place it and cut. Alright, try not to waste fabric. Then the same this, I'll do the same thing to the front too. So let me cut it and come back. This is the front. The front is smaller. Alright, the front is smaller. This is the back and this is our front. Okay, so the reason why we did this high 2 inches because of the back. You know, the center of the buttocks is high. If you watch your trouser, when it comes to that center, it's usually high. That is it. We did 2 inches here, and I did 1.5 here. You can, at times I do 1.5, then curve to this part. So this is our trouser. The next thing is to sew. So this is what I'll use for my pocket. Okay, this is 13 by 11. The length is 11, okay, and this is 13. All right, so here is my front pattern. I'll place it. I like cutting the pocket, everything together. All right, so this is it. Remember what I did? Let me explain again. From here I did 6. From here is 6 in length, and here is 2.5. And I connected it. Straight. If I want it curved a little bit, I can curve it. If I want a curved pocket, see, it's a little bit curved. All right, it's a little bit curved. What you can say. So that is it. Now the next thing is for to sew it. Let's move to the machine. So the first thing, guys, is to sew our pocket. Okay, this is the front. The first thing is to sew the pocket. So you get one of the pockets. This is one of them. All right, place it front to front. This is the front of the pocket. This is the front of the fabric I'm about to sew. So front to front. Then you sew. You sew. We're starting with the front first, making sure we get the pocket first. So I'm not sewing half inches, I'm sewing 1/4 inches. Right, 1/4. That is what I'm sewing. I'll sew this one too. Same thing. This is the front of the fabric, Place them front to front. So it's not straight, just follow it the way the pocket is. You can slant, you can have a slanted pocket and a curved one. What we actually made is a curved one, okay? So the next thing is, use your scissors and notch where you have sewed, okay? Once you have done that, you top stitch it. Okay, I'm sewing, this is where I'm sewing the pocket side, the inner pocket, okay? What I'm sewing is facing this side, or rather I'm sewing on this pocket, not on the fabric itself, to give it a relaxing effect. Okay. And once you have done that, this is what you have, okay? You can see how it is. This is how it will come out, okay? Then once you have it this way, you fold this pocket. Let it meet, what we did was 2 inches. So from here, measure 2 inches, then place your pocket. We did 2 inches, we cut out 2 inches. So from here, 2 inches. This is how it will be. Did you see that? From here to, let me explain again. We top stitch and it is like this. This is how it is. This is our pocket. Okay, this is the main trouser. This is the pocket. Now, if this is like this, what you do, bring this one where you top stitch, fold it, put it here. From here to here, 2 inches. From here to here, 2 inches. Then you place it here and leave it. Your pocket is formed. Very easy. This is it. All right. What I need to do right now, make sure it's relaxed, okay? Does not need to bug out or anything. What I need to do right now is pin. Watch what I'm pinning. I'm pinning here. I'm holding both the trouser and the pocket together. I will equally pin here at the center here. I'm holding it together. I'll lift this up. You're seeing it. This place, if you want it curved, you sew it curved. If you want it straight, you sew it straight. And this is where you sew. You sew this way to this way. This way to this way. That is what you sew right now. Or you give it a curve effect to this way, whichever one, but I want it straight. So you run a stitch, give it a curve. There's my chunk. So I'll come this way, give it this curve. All right, that usually the curve that usually on zippers. Now I think maybe you see the curve very well from the back here. You see how I sewed from here, now curved it. You see this curve? This is how it is at the front. So this is my zipper. We are almost done, right? You see it? That's my zip. Now this excess is here. I'll just cut it off, the zip. I told you I didn't use, I used it over here. So it's up. So we are done. Another thing, you can equally trim this any way you want it, or you weave it out. It's too much. It's preferable you weave it out than weave it out. So this is our front. Our front is ready. The two basic things that usually at the front is ready. Our pocket is ready, our zip is ready. So it's time to sew the back. All right, so this is our back. Okay, so what I'll do is join here. Sorry, let me start. Well, this is where I'm joining here. Okay, let me change this footer. So the next is to join the back. All right, complete half inches. That is what I'm sewing. And you know it's not straight, so I'm following it the way it is. It's curved. You see it? Okay. Now the next thing is for us to sew our dart, waist dart. Alright, get the point where you sew your dart and lunge. Okay, you already know how to sew dart on skirts. That is what I'm doing right now. Just sew my dart. Sew dart on this one. Make sure your darts are equal, okay? Your darts must be even. Say it, okay? So we have sewn the darts, all right, on the back. The next is to join the front and the back. So you just place it this way. This is our back. I placed it. Now the first thing is to sew here. This is the under. Hold it and sew half inches. Okay, half inches. Hold it, sew here first. This is our under. So that is what I'll join. Use pin and hold it half inches. And for that, joining you're going right now is half inches joining. You know that 2 inches we added, so it's time to take it out. That is that half inches will take off the 2 inches. So the next is to join here to the side. This is the side. Okay, half inches. This is the side of the trouser. You sew half inches. This is our pocket, remember. So you hold it by the waist. inches down. Sorry, it wasn't sewing. Let me change. So I'm sewing 1/2 inches, okay? I'm sewing it on, including the pocket I sewed. This is the pocket, so I'm sewing this side of it too. 1/2 inches. The same thing I'll do the other side. I'll do the weaving after this. Same thing here, okay? Same thing here. First, let me hold up here. I will hold it now. So I'll join the back and front, then hold it, sew it 1/2 inches. This is it. So this is it. Right. Let me turn it. The next thing is for our band, okay? But before that, I would like to do weaving. Here it is. That is our knicker, our bum shot, okay? So that is the down. There's our pocket. You can see it. Alright. So let me weave. So guys, there I finished the weaving, okay? I weaved it down the side, you know, the necessary places, weaved it. So the next thing for us to do is the waist. You know, there's a band. I told you there's a band attached to the waist, okay? So this is what I'll be using for my band. All right. This is what I cut. Now the length is your waist. The height is 6, which is too much. Now our band is 1 inches, remember. Now the elastic I'll be putting is 1 inch, so I need space, so I'll be going for 1.5. Right now that 1.5 times 2, which gives us 3, plus the folding inside, so total what we have to cut is 4 inches. 4. So this is 4 in height. Let me cut it. So this is our 4. The length will be your waist plus 6. Okay, your waist measurement, not the original. You know, this waist has elastic allowance, so if you measure it, whatever it gives you, measure the waist of this your trouser, whatever it gives you plus 6 inches is the length. So the first thing is to sew. Now I want the band to come at the front. You know, I want to sew it from here and turn it to the back. So if that is my plan, I have to start from sewing from the back. Okay, so I placed it here. This is the front of the fabric, this is the back. Now I placed the front, this is the front of the band to the back of the fabric of the trouser. See, I left space here. This space is to allow me to fold. Then I'll start sewing. Okay, so let me sew it and show you. So let's sew it up. Remember where I'm sewing from, please. I'm sewing from the back. I want it to be at the front. I want to turn the band to the front. Now, if where you want to turn is the back, you sew around. I'm trying to know where this one ended, so I don't. So I have sewed it. Okay, this is, I've attached it round. All right, now the next thing to do, fold this into two. Take this end this way, then you set it back. Come here. Watch what I did. I folded 1/2 inches in, then made it equal. This one. This is what I did. I folded it in here. See what I folded here? I made it this way. Alright. Then I brought it back here. See what I did? So next thing for me right now is to sew from here straight. Run it straight. Let me pin. This fabric is light, so have to be careful, very careful. You know, you don't just fold and it stays. So sew it up, okay? Place this very well so you see what I'm sewing as close as possible. So on this side, first thing first, fold in 1/2 inches. See this folding, then you fold it this way. Saw what I did. Okay. You fold in 1/2 inches, okay? Then you fold back. This is it. Right? This is it. Then you sew. Now you're sewing exactly where your zipper started. Okay, that is where you're sewing. Follow the line, sew it down. And see what you sew. Look at exactly where I sewed. This is where it ended. So I sewed straight. Okay, look at what I sewed. Let me cut it and turn so you see it. When you turn it, it will be like this. You see it? So what I need to do right now is fold it. Keep folding in and be sewing straight. But before then, because there will be elastic, right? So what I'll do at the back, the elastic is at the back, okay? So what I'll do is I'll measure all my back measurements, okay, from the joining allowance, from the joining part at the back. Let me measure it and see what it gave me. Okay, it gave me, this is actually 24. Alright, so my elastic, depending on how stretchy your elastic is, this one is stretchy. So what I'll do, I'll divide it into 2, maybe add 1 or 2, okay, then cut. So I have 14 divided by 2 gives me 7, but I'll add 2, making it 9, okay? So I'm cutting 9. For my back, it goes straight to only the back, alright? This is it. Let's stretch it and see if it will give us our 24. Let's stretch the elastic. This elastic is old. Let me get another one. It's been long I got this elastic. It's not that strong. So I think I'll go for 10 this time around. First thing, if I'm going for 10, let me check if it will give me, it can't give me 24. So what will give me 24 elastic is 14. That is actually divided by 14. So my elastic is 14, okay? I don't know what I did. What I measured, I got 24. If you divide it by 2, it gives you 12. Yes, or you can cut 12 or you add 1 or 2 to it. So this is 14. Alright? So the next thing to do, this is the joining at the side. This is the side. This is my pocket, and this is the joining between the back and the front. At that spot, that is where I'll come and sew up this. Sew it up here. Equally, the joining this other side, the joining between the front and the back, I'll come to the line too and sew up the elastic at that spot here too. You see it? Come here, sew it up here before turning it to sew. Okay. So let me sew it up. What I'm sewing it on the band. This is where I sewed it. Here, you can see I sewed it on the band. Alright, so let me equally sew the other side of it. Because I'm bringing the band will be, I'll fold it to the front. So what I'm sewing will be at the back. So this is it. Look at what I sewed. See the back. See the elastic. So what I'll do right now is to go fold it in. This is the way it is. I'll fold it half inches. Sorry, fold in that half. Then fold again and sew. See. Then I'll run a stitch on it. That is the short, okay. Now look at the band, how it came out. Look at the front, the zipper. And that is the waist, the elastic at the back. The elastic, how it came out. Our pocket, though it has not been ironed. Once ironed, it's good to go. So this is it. That is the short sneaker, the bomb shorts and waist. Now, though it's not the size, the dummy's size, on this band, right, I measured from, this is the side of the side, okay, I measured from here to the end of the other side, you know, before putting the band.